Brittany Brunson is a health studies major. She wants to be a dietitian. She's had a steady diet of winning on the cross-country team. UT Tyler, creating champions with student athletes. Welcome to the UT Tyler Coaches Show, live from the University Center. I'm Danny Elsner with our track coaches, Bob Hepler and Chris Stonestreet. Coach Hepler, we'll start with you. You were talking a minute ago about the success that one of your athletes has been having. Talk about Whitney Simmons.
Oh, Whitney Simmons is a quality person, first of all, an excellent student, a hard worker, and she, like Coach Stonestreet here, has just such a huge passion for track and field, and in particular throws. She's currently ranked number 2 in the country. She went down to the University of Houston this past weekend and got second place to an Olympian. And perhaps Chris Stonestreet here could speak a little bit more about that competition.
Chris, talk about it. That first weekend, out of town, University of Houston, indoor track. Whitney did it all on her first throw.
She did. She didn't waste any time, which is good for the coach's blood pressure. It gets it down a little bit. We were just hoping to go down to Houston and get some good competition to start the year off well. We didn't expect it to start off that well on the very first throw.
You've also got a defending national champion. Talk about Cavante Shaw.
Yes, sir. He's back and even better than last year. He came back with an incredible passion to train in the fall, put in a lot of work, and he started off the season with also the second fastest time in the nation in the 200-meter dash.
Coach Hepler has a very unique sense of humor. Let Coach Stonestreet talk about this. How tough is it, or how much fun is it to work with Coach Hepler?
It's a lot of fun. It's not tough at all, because we're very different people, but we have the same goal to not only coach at a high level, but to invest in the athletes' lives. So we don't take ourselves too seriously. We like to have a good time, but at the same time, train at a high level.
Now we'll hear from Coach Hepler. Coach, during the break, your kids were hard at work. What were you, as the track and field team, what were you guys doing during the Christmas break? Everybody's back at campus now, but what were you guys doing while everybody else was on break?
Well, I'm sure everybody will be relieved to know that we were following NCAA rules and we were not having any practices over the break. However, as stated in Article 12, Section 13, Paragraph 4 of the NCAA rules, we can give them a general outline to follow. And a lot of our athletes did that. They came back in great shape, and both of my middle distance and distance runners who work with me in the morning, and Coach Stonestreet's other athletes, as a group, we've never had a group of students come back in better shape from Christmas break as this particular group. But we did follow the rules.
There you go.
Yes.
Looking ahead to the indoor and then the outdoor season later this spring, what can we expect?
Well, we're real excited about, of course, Whitney and Cavante for the indoor season, and we're hoping to qualify a few more people for indoor nationals, and like last year, get some at the team. Both teams finished in the top 20 nationally in indoor track, and we're hoping that happens again. We're hoping to qualify some additional people for besides those two, and then as far as outdoor season, which will begin with the Mark Randall Classic on March 4th. There are some different events that we happen to be real strong in, that we have a real shot of qualifying for some national people. So outside possibility that one of those two teams, men or women, might be shooting for a top 10 finish at outdoor nationals.
It's going to be good luck to both of you. Chris Stonestreet, Bob Hepler. That's the latest on the UT Tyler track program. We'll be back from the University Center in just a minute. Rachel Harvey is a business major, and she means business on the volleyball court and in the classroom. She's all-conference and academic all-conference. UT Tyler, creating champions with student athletes. Now it's time to visit with Tia Evans here at the University Center, one of the top players on one of the top teams in the whole country. Before we get to the success of your team, I've been asked to ask you about your poncho.
Before I came, I asked Logan, and I was like, is it okay for me to wear this? And she was like, yeah. She's like, it fits you. So this is just very warm because it's very cold outside. So this is my attire for the day.
This will be the new look for the Patriots when they come out on Saturday. That'll be good stuff. Talk about the kind of season you've had so far. You've been playing for the better part of 3 months. You've only got one loss. What's been working?
What's really been working is our team chemistry, honestly. Our team, off the court, we're great friends. So it really carries on the court. And whenever we have a lot of energy, it really helps us on the court. Like once we get going, we cannot be stopped. So as soon as we get that spark and we let it all click and our energy goes, we just continue and we keep going. I think that's why we've been doing so well the past few games.
Coach Hassel was saying you're a big reason for that spark. You're kind of the spark plug of the team. Where do you get your energy?
I get my energy from the love I have for my team and the love I have for people. Just because I know what it feels like to not have all that energy and to not have people cheering for you, but I also know what it feels like to have people cheering for you. So I know whenever I cheer for them that it's going to carry on and we're going to have lots of energy and we're going to just succeed. And that's really what's been working.
You've got one more road game. That'll be 5 straight on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you tired of road games?
We're not tired. We don't get tired. We don't get tired. We keep working. We will win no matter where it's at. We will work hard and work our best no matter where we play, whether we play at home, whether we play at another school, whether we play on a blacktop, wherever.
You've got a home game this Saturday, 1 o'clock at the Harrington Patriot Center. And then you go out on the road for a couple more games. Mm-hmm. It never ends.
I know. Well, we're excited to be home again, but then we're also excited to go away because I think playing away really shows your true character and shows what you can do because you're playing out there and you don't have as many fans as you do at home. So we love those games just as much as we love these.
Well, Dia Evans, thank you very much for coming by today. Congratulations on the super start you've helped this team achieve. It's a history-making season so far, number 5 and counting so far this season. Good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
More from the University Center when we come back.
Thank you.
Brittany Brunson is a health studies major. She wants to be a dietitian. She's had a steady diet of winning on the cross-country team. UT Tyler, creating champions with student athletes. Back at the University Center, the Coaches Show with also one of our top student athletes, Kavante Shaw, defending national champion 200-meter dash, correct?
200-meter dash, yes,
First of all, before we talk about what you expect this spring, take us back to that moment when you won it all.
Well, first of all, when I first won it, I didn't know what to think exactly, but my first initial thought was I'm just happy that it's over, because with track and field it comes a lot of anxiety and a lot of build-up, and it was a long road that season, and every time we would go to any track meet, I would just give it my all, and when it's finally over and it's said and done and you're on top, it's just an outstanding feeling, and you can now just relax and enjoy all of the things that you've worked so hard for.
So many teams in Division III, and you're the best of all of them. That's the largest classification in the country. And you talk about the hard work it took, all the training.
It was extremely tough. I remember coming back in August, and we started training in August, and all the way from August till March, we were at it. And I know it rarely snows in Texas, but even when it did snow in Texas, I would think that we would get the day off, and we didn't. He would send out an email saying that we still had practice, and I would still show up, and it was tough for me, because I didn't play sports for 2.5 years. I took 2.5 years off of playing sports, and coming back, just getting into shape, competition shape, it was extremely tough for me. So I had to try harder than everyone else because I had a lot more ground to cover than all the other athletes who had already been competing since freshman year. So it was extremely, extremely tough for me.
Well worth waiting for 2.5 years off.
Yes, sir.
Did you get interested in track in high school? How about as a sprinter? Give us how you got interested in being a sprinter. Did it start in high school?
Well, I probably started running in middle school, and then going over through to high school. I made the varsity team my freshman year, but I was more into football rather than actual track. And I broke my femur my junior year of high school playing football. And the only thing that I could really compete in was track. So I kind of like geared myself more toward that than anything. But I would have never expected myself to come and compete in college. You know, I just done it off a whim. You know, like I graduated from my junior college.
You did this as a whim.
I graduated from my junior college, and I said, you know what, I want to go run track. And I sent out an email, and Coach Stone Street and Hepler got to me the next day, and it just went from there.
What can we expect from you this year? The defending national champion. Is there more pressure?
There's a lot more pressure this year than last year. You know, I didn't think it would be possible to have more pressure than last year, but you know, it's a lot more pressure this year. But even though when it's all said and done, you know, I'll just be happy that, you know, I was able to call myself a Patriot and that I came here to UT Tyler and I've done great things.
Well, Cavante, we're very proud of you. Continued good luck. Thank you for everything you've done for the university so far. And whether it's raining or snowing, you'll be out there training.
Yes,
Cavante
sir.
Shaw, back at the University Center with the Coaches Show from UT Tyler when we come back. Laura Lindsay is going to be a mechanical engineer. Her mechanics were perfect when she won the NCAA Division III Golf Individual National Championship. UT Tyler, creating champions with student athletes. Back at the UT Tyler Coaches Show with one of the top players of the baseball team, center fielder Sam Lane, fastest guy on the team, right?
I would say so, yes.
Now, why are you the fastest guy?
You know, we have races every day doing training and workouts, so and every time I come in first, so I mean, I would assume I'm the fastest. If any takers, come at me.
6 triples last year, 12 for your UT Tyler career so far. Yeah, I guess you're the fastest guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, when you hit the ball, and you know that's hard to get there.
It is.
Third base. For me, it'd take forever. But for you, I mean, are you just trying to stretch a double into a triple? What are you thinking when you're out there?
It's all adrenaline. Once I hit the ball off the wall or hit the one hop the wall, I'm thinking 3 out of the box. That's my mentality. So when I start running, I just take my angles. I start going around the bases, and it's just adrenaline. I get there, I get pumped up. The crowd's yelling, the teammates yelling. It just consumes you. Just consumes you.
Last year, you helped the Patriots have a breakthrough season. You win the conference championship during the regular season. You win the conference tournament and host, for the first time, a regional tournament here. And along the way, there was a lot of drama. Before we talk about this year's team, take us back to last year's team. What a special season.
It was an amazing season. Everybody came together as a brother. We were all brother. We were one family. And, you know, we just did great things. We had great pitching. We had great hitters. Everybody around each other made each other better. That's all you can ask for a team.
You talked about pitching. That might be one of the early strengths of this team this spring. But you as a senior in center field, what are your goals now for your last go-around?
Just to trump last year. You know, have a better batting average, have a better RBIs, have a better on-base percentage. Just anything I can do to help the team and just to be there for my teammates.
Something new at Irwin Field this year, a $300,000 video board. If you haven't seen it, go out to Irwin Field. $300,000 video board. You could be the 60-foot tall man on that video board. What do you think?
It's amazing. All the work that we put in with our fundraisers and all that, and getting that board up, it's just amazing. It's an amazing thing.
Is it going to be a distraction for you?
Maybe a little bit at first, but you know, it'll calm down after a while. It'll calm down.
Well, Sam Lane, good luck to you.
Thank you.
This season at UT Tyler, it's going to be hard to top yourself and everything what the team did last year, but you're going to do your best. Thank you.
Thank you.
And good luck to you this season. By the way, practice starts Monday. Any word on you know, we're taping this on a Wednesday. Practice starts in a couple of days. Are you ready?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very well said. Sam Lane, center fielder, UT Tyler Patriots. We'll be back from the University Center when we come back. Connor Benson is the defending cross-country conference champion, but his fastest time gets beat by an even better number, 3.44. That's his grade point average. UT Tyler, creating champions with student athletes. Now it's time to visit with Kendra Hassel, UT Tyler women's coach here at the University Center. Coach, a historic season in the making so far. You've only got one loss. You're number 5 in the country for the first time in school history. You're getting better, it seems like, the more games you play.
Absolutely. The girls are really in sync right now. I think something kind of clicked at UT Dallas 2 games ago, and we just changed our pace, and our tempo is great, and the girls are pushing the ball really hard, which it can be very hard to slow us down at times.
You won that game by more, very comfortable double-digit victory. Mm-hmm. You've been winning a lot of your games by pretty comfortable margins, and you've been doing it on the road. You can't take that for granted. Winning on the road is tough.
It is. Every time you go in on a road game and on a road trip, you're out of your routine of sleeping in your own bed and doing those things that usually make you a little more comfortable. So you have to expect a battle on everyone's home floor, and that's where they usually shoot the best and play their best. And I'm really proud of how our team has handled all of the road games in a row.
I counted the miles. The amount of mileage that you've been on the road for most of January has been the distance from Tyler to New York City. I bet that made you feel better to know that.
A little bit, and it does kind of validate the effort that we're putting out, just realizing that, that's difficult to do, and we've gone for a long stretch of not being at home, but our girls have handled adversity in every situation, whether it's just playing on the road or it's during a game, the adversity that you face, and you see a lot of adversity every single game. So I'm really proud and pleased with how our girls handle those things.
I want everyone here at the University Center to make plans for 1 o'clock Saturday at the Harrington Patriot Center, 1 o'clock Saturday at the HPC. That's when you finally get to come home for the first time in 3 weeks.
Right.
What do you think? Get everybody come cheer?
Absolutely. Come on out. We're going to try to put on a show.
Some of your players, a couple of your players have been all-conference player of the week multiple times this season. And you've also got Dia Evans, who's been a big contributor. Talk about Dia.
Dia is just such a spark for our team. She's the energy that gets us going. Every time we start warming up in practice, she's the voice that you hear cheering and getting everybody started. And we had a big game at Concordia where we were struggling a little bit, and Dia got in and she made this the biggest difference. She sparked our team, scored about 12 points, and our whole team just went crazy for her because everybody loves her and wants to see her do well.
Well, you have certainly done that. Congratulations on your super start so far this season. Number 5 in the world. Congratulations, Kendra Hassel. And again, everybody come out this weekend to the game. More from the University Center UT Tyler Coaches Show when we come back. Leandro Sid Fernandez wants to be an engineer. Right now, he's trying to engineer his next goal. Reach your goals at UT Tyler. Creating champions with student athletes. Back at the University Center, I'm Danny Elster, UT Tyler Coaches Show with a 3-time All-American and counting, Whitney Simmons, track and field program. First of all, congratulations. Tell everybody here what's it like to compete at such a high level.
Really, it's just a great opportunity. Chris and Bob give us awesome opportunities. As Division III athletes, looking in on it, you wouldn't think that we would get to go and compete with Division I athletes, Division II athletes, and Olympians. We get to, compete against Nike elite athletes, all of these amazing, talented people, and it's all because of them, the opportunities that they create for us. I'm blessed. I don't know how else to put it other than the fact that I'm blessed. I never thought that my life would lead me to where I am right now. I can't imagine being anywhere else, and I absolutely love it, and I give everything to them. I owe everything to them. I'm very thankful.
Whitney, you grew up in White Oak. How did growing up in White Oak get you ready for UT Tyler?
Honestly, I don't really think that it did. It's a small town school, and Tyler's, not huge, but it's a lot bigger than what I'm accustomed to. Really, my coaches that I had in high school and my teachers, they prepared me for college life. They taught me how to work hard and how to earn what I do. Like if I really want something, I need to fight for it and I need to work hard for it. And that's what I learned from them. My basketball coach made me into the woman that I am today, and I'm completely convinced of that. She is a very great coach, an amazing woman, and I give everything that I am to her as a person and as an athlete. How well I've done, I owe it all to all of them, which might sound like a cliche, but that's really how it is.
Well, mention her name.
Her name is Desiree Hutchins Boyette. She's married to Coach Boyette. He's the men's basketball coach there. I absolutely love her. I do anything for them. They've done everything that they possibly could for me, both of them, and I want nothing but to give it all back at some point. So.
Wonderful. Well, you started quickly this year. Go down to Houston. First throw at the first meet, and you qualify for nationals. Talk about that.
Like Chris said, it was great to get it out of the way on the first one. The next 5, they weren't bad, but they weren't near as good as that one. But after that, I felt pretty relieved and like I could just have fun with the rest of the competition.
Now explain the throw, the weight throw. Talk about that.
So the hammer is like a shot put. It's the same size as a women's shot put on a long wire, and you turn and throw it. Well, the weight is basically like an indoor hammer. So it's a 20-pound ball for women's, 35 for men, and it just has this handle on it. And you throw it exactly the same way you do as a hammer, and just pray that it kind of goes this far, but try not to hurt yourself in the process.
So now that you've qualified for nationals, and by the way, you finished second in Houston to, I'm told, an Olympian. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, okay. So now do you just kind of relax as you go through the rest of the season? You've got your goals. You've been an All-American now 3 times in just a little over 2 years here at UT Tyler. What's the rest of your spring semester going to look like for you?
As far as indoor season goes, now that we've got the qualification out of the way, use the rest of the meets that we go to as a practice, kind of, teach myself how to get my nerves under control and not have to worry so much about calming myself down once I get up there. Just teaching myself, practicing how to compete is what we'll use the rest of the season for, and then once we get into outdoor, we'll see how that goes. But as far as indoor, we'll use the rest of the season for practice.
You've made everybody here at UT Tyler very proud. Whitney Simmons, thank you. Continued good luck. You brought a lot of fame to UT Tyler, and you carry yourself so very well. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
We'll be back with more from the University Center with the Coaches Show here at UT Tyler when we come back. Nikki Gordon's goal is to graduate with a degree in kinesiology. Here's another one of her goals. Reach your goals at UT Tyler, creating champions with student athletes. Back at the UT Tyler University Center with baseball coach Chris Bertrand. Won it last year, American Southwest Conference, and you're picked to win it again this year. Before we talk about this year, talk about this. How about that, huh? That ring, conference championship ring, coach, that means a lot. Talk about that.
No doubt, and it was a special season. I think the ring itself, I know it's cool for our guys to be able to wear that around, and it's definitely something that is impressive, but at the same time, we talk a lot in the program about what the ring symbolizes, and what it symbolizes is all the work that was put in. It symbolizes all the sacrifice that was put in by our players, the chemistry that was created, the family atmosphere that was created, having everybody pulling in the same direction on the same goal and the same mission. What being able to wear that around symbolizes is more important to us than just the piece of jewelry, and that's why I'm excited for our guys. And so a special season, and that representation of that season provides memories that I think are going to last a lifetime.
You're going to have basically a coach on the field with a senior like Sam Lane. Talk about Sam.
Well, I think when you talk about our senior leadership, that's a big part of why we think we're going to have a successful year, because Sam's a huge part of that, but all of our seniors in general, when you look at the number of seniors we've got, but how many of those guys have been with us for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years in Sam's case. And so when we try to build that family, when we try to build that brotherhood, when we try to create a certain culture, and we think a winning culture, guys who know the system, believe in the system, can teach the system to younger players, players. Sam's a huge part of what we're going to do, but that whole senior class in general, when you look at the numbers, the majority of those guys have been in our family for 3 years, 4 years. And so what those guys represent is far more than just the season that is about to come. They represent the ability to leave a legacy in our 4th year in the program as a staff.
What will be a strength for your team, Coach Bird? Starting out, where do you think you'll be the strongest?
Well, I think 2 things really stick out, and Wes and I talked about that yesterday a little bit. Number 1 is how close this team is, and that's the truth. You heard Sam talk about it. You can go on the website and look at our players' rosters, and you can read about it. And it's been a theme, and it's a huge belief within our program as to how close these guys are and the family that we have created. And I think that that's a strength because that can carry you through some tough times early. That family can carry you through knocking some rust off early. It can carry you through some cold weather games because we know that that's what we're going to get. And I think the second thing is how well balanced we are. We really feel like we're going to be pretty good in all 3 phases of the game.
Wow.
And so we've got a balanced team. We've had some teams in the past that even though we've won championships, we may have been defined by a dimension. We may have been one-dimensional. We may have been two-dimensional. We really feel like this is a ball club that in all 3 phases of the game, we're going to be tough on offense. We're going to be really good on defense. And I think we're going to have a huge strength on the mound, especially the back end of our bullpen. And so we feel like it's a well-balanced team and a team that if it performs well, doesn't have very many holes in it. And so those 2 things really stick out going into the spring.
Coach, you've already done some interviews about your new video board in right field. It's quite an amazing thing. Should we start calling it the Burt board?
No, absolutely not. No. And I'm excited for our guys because, once again, that type of thing, the technology, the size of it, because it's obnoxiously big. It's a really cool thing, and it's something that makes a splash, and it's something that I think is going to be impressive when you walk into the ballpark. But more than that, I think it enhances the experience, and that's what we're about. It creates a buzz around UT Tyler baseball. It creates a buzz about Irwin Field. It creates an experience for our players to be able to have the things that's going to provide us, an experience for the fans. It's going to be an experience whenever we host events. And so the enhancement, not just how impressive it is physically being up there, and it's loud, it's up there, but the experience it's going to provide for the whole program, for the whole university, for the community. And I think it speaks volumes for this administration, for Dr. Patterson and for Dr. Mabry, to make that type of investment in athletics and in baseball. I think it speaks volumes as to how far we've come as an athletic department and where we're going.
Well, good luck to you this season. You've already brought a championship home, a couple championships home to UT Tyler. Here's to more rings.
Thank you so much.
Chris Bertford,
we appreciate it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
More from the University Center when we come back. Brittany Matthews is a nursing major. The nursing school and the Patriot soccer team are both in the top 10 nationwide. UT Tyler, creating champions with student athletes. Now it's time to visit with Dion Rogers, UT Tyler men's basketball team. Dion, you've had a long road trip. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to be playing 5 straight road games before you come back this Saturday. What has that been like? That's a grind. Talk about the grind.
It's a tough one because you're not in your elements. You're not in your gym, and I think a little bit of that has been showing or whatnot with our shooting percentage and stuff like that. You're staying in hotels all the time. You're not sleeping in your bed. So it's been a little bit uncomfortable. It doesn't help that we've also taken 4 losses. But we're still grinding. We're still playing hard. We're there for one another, and hopefully we'll be able to still win this Thursday.
Oh, absolutely. You got the Thursday game. We're taping this on a Wednesday. Thursday, tomorrow night,
yes,
you'll be playing basically a home game for you.
True.
Because you're from Fort Worth, and the Patriots will be playing in Arlington. You have a lot of family there?
Yeah, I got my immediate family, my mom, my dad, my 2 older brothers, got my grandpa there. Then I'll probably have a whole bunch of friends there as well that I've been with since high school.
Oh my gosh, I bet they can't wait to see.
Yeah.
Now you're 6'7". I've seen you play a couple of times, and it seems like the other team just hammers away. You never get a whistle. When do you get to shoot your free throws? It seems like in general, big guys don't get the call a lot of times. What do you think?
It's always been like that. I don't know. I just get fouls called on me. I never get the foul. But it's just something you have to play through. It's kind of funny at times because people try and take charges, and if they don't call it, I laugh and score the bucket. It's easy too.
Have you always been interested in basketball? When did you pick up the game? High school? Before that?
Actually, my first sport and truthfully my first love is baseball.
Baseball.
I played it since I was in T-ball. Me and my brothers used to take a sock and wrap it around in tape and play in the backyard and try and hit home runs into the next street while the cars were coming. But I think one Christmas my dad bought me a basketball goal. We put it in the backyard, and ever since then we've been playing. I've been playing, so I probably played it organized for the first time when I was in 6th grade.
6th grade.
Yeah.
Amazing. So every time you get a slam dunk, it's really for you like a grand slam or a home run too?
Yeah, it's kind of like a strikeout because I was a pitcher.
Oh, you were a pitcher.
Yeah.
Very good. Saturday, you get to finally play a home game here at the Harrington Patriot Center. 3 o'clock this Saturday. Everybody come on out.
Yes.
What's that going to be like to finally get to play? And it's also basketball alumni reunion day. You're going to see some former players that came through here. That's going to be kind of neat to be able to play in front of your peers, your former peers.
It will be, especially playing in front of alumni. This is my first year here, so I don't know everybody who's been here and put in the work to get the program where it is today. And hopefully I can also come back one day and be able to tell them this is the work we did, and hopefully we'll have a banner up so they can see that hard work here pays off.
You want to win a championship.
I want to win a championship, and it'll just be a great experience again playing back at home and defend our court since we're undefeated here.
Everybody come out this Saturday, 3 o'clock at the Harrington Patriot Center. Come see Dion Rogers and the rest of the Patriots. Dion, thank you very much for visiting with us. And thank you for watching. This has been the UT Tyler Coaches Show and Players Show from the University Center. I'm Danny Elsner. That's it. Brittany Brunson is a health studies major. She wants to be a dietitian. She's had a steady diet of winning on the cross-country team. UT Tyler, creating champions with student athletes.